Alright, it's Henry again, and this is the fourth work-in-progress video for my 1 to 100 scale Mercurius and Vayeate, and as you can see, I'm getting very, very close to completion. In fact, it might look as though they are complete, but they're not. I've still got a bit of work to do on them. So yeah, I've gotten both of them pretty much fully assembled. Got all the parts cast. So their bodies are pretty much done. I just need to do cleanup. Pretty much all the parts on both of them need cleanup. You can't really see it from a distance, but once you get up close, you can see that some of the parts are pretty rough and they just need some imperfections fixed, some sanding, and just a day or two more of work just to make them look perfect. The weapons are coming along. The weapons I haven't been doing much work on since the last video because I've been working on the body so hard. But the weapons are almost finished anyway. Just the backpack I really need to work on. This beam effect part for Mercurius's crash shield I think turned out really well. I finished it since the last video I made. And casted all of the planet defensors. And yeah, the beam cannon's just about done, and that's where I'm at. Let me show you this mold I made. For those of you who've been following me on Facebook and Twitter, I used a technique that I read about in the Gundam Scratch Build manual for making silicone molds, where you can take your previously used molds and chop them up if you're not going to need them anymore, and make little silicone chunks, little cubes, and then mix that in with the new molds that you make, and that'll kind of act as filler, so that way you don't have to use as much silicone. And as you can see here from the rough blocky texture of the outside of the mold, I used that for Mercurius and Vayeate's mold, and it actually worked out really, really nicely. It looks really blocky and imperfect on the outside, but on the underside, since you're mixing the chunks in with wet silicone, all the wet silicone goes down to the bottom due to gravity, so on the inside of the mold, you can't tell that there were any chunks used at all, only on the outside here. So anyway, there's the shoulder armor, head, 3 parts of the torso right there, and the side skirt. So that's the main mold that I've been working on all day long today. Here's the originals. I'm not sure if I showed these off in their finished final forms. Here's the side skirt. That's the original one. I just made 4 recasts for Mercurius and Vayeate. I think you've already seen the shoulder armor there. There's the upper torso, the center part with the cockpit hatch. And here's the side parts. Basically just took the side part that was on Virgo and cut it off, and then used ply plate to make these little vents on the underside and on the front. I think it actually turned out pretty well. And then obviously just made resin recasts of those. And I was afraid there was going to be a lot of bubbles in the vents, but there really weren't. I arranged it in such a way that I think eliminated the risk of bubbles. The only real bubble was this one right here on the right side on the corner there, but that'll be easy to fill in. So that is where I'm at. I've got them both standing up, but I've still got a bit of work to do as far as cleanup goes, filling in imperfections. Still got a little bit of work to do on the weapons. They shouldn't take me more than a couple of days to finish off. Let's see, the faceplate. Since my last video, I was saying that I was probably just going to have to pin it in place, but a commenter, and I can't remember your name, I apologize, but somebody commented on my last video and said, why don't you just use the magnets that you were using for the planet defensors? And you, sir, are a genius, because I don't know why I didn't think of that. I had the magnets right in front of me. It's so obvious now, but thank you for that suggestion. So I'll definitely be using the magnets for the faceplate, so I can just put a magnet on the bottom, magnet on top, and display them in closed and open positions. So that about does it for this video, and this is more than likely going to be the last work in progress video for Mercurius and Vayeate. I was really hoping I would be able to get them done by Thanksgiving, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I can probably be done with construction, all the cleanup, all the weapons and everything finished by Thanksgiving, but I think I'm going to have to hold off painting until I get back from visiting with family over the Thanksgiving holiday. So painting will probably resume on, well, not resume, but start on Sunday, the 24th, 5th, I think, the 25th, or around there, maybe on Monday. But either way, last week in November, these guys will be finished and painted and reviewed. So that about does it for this video, and with that, I'll see you guys next time.